Yes, I know. We're all sick and tired of The Last Jedi. I mean, it's been talked about to death. But let's re-evaluate it. At the time that I saw The Last Jedi, I thought it was pretty damn good. But of course, over the last couple years, it's time for a re-evaluation. Yes, we know. We know. We don't need to be remember of stuff we already know. Anyway, The Last Jedi, the follow up to The Force Awakens, takes up right where The Force Awakens left off, focuses on the rebellion being chased by the First Order. Rey learned some stuff from Luke, not necessarily trained in the traditional way, but learned some stuff. And then Finn, Rose, and other people trying to find a way to get away from the First Order. So Ryan Johnson is the one that brought us this movie, as opposed to J.J. Abrams of The Force Awakens. Ryan Johnson is probably most remembered for his film Looper, and I'm not sure if it's completely original. It might have been a book adaptation, but I might be wrong about that. It's known for presenting a unique take on time travel and ideas and themes relating to that. And yes, he is going to try to bring a uniqueness to the Last Jedi that sorts of fights back against the status quo for this kind of franchise. For example, when it's focused on Rey on the island, learning about the Force and exploring it, and her connection with Kylo Ren, that kind of stuff is actually really intriguing and interesting. And sorry, itchy nose. And while some people argue about whether or not Luke will actually behave this way, even Mark Hamill himself, let's be honest. This is probably a direction that Obi-Wan and Yoda would probably go down themselves too. Hell, it's not just contained to this one franchise. There have been plenty of other movies that have focused on returning hero characters from a previous movie that have turned out to be old, sad, and kind of given up. I mean, it's basically a requirement if you're going to be coming back years later as the same heroic character. So it's really not all that surprising. Now let's talk about the stuff with the starships and the rebellion and the First Order. First of all, can we even call it being chased? They're moving so god damn slow. I mean, why? I mean, you can kind of understand why the rebellion is going slow, but it's the First Order. Why are they going so slow? Just go really fast for a few seconds and you're right on top of them. I mean, I get being evil is cool, but when it gets in the way of efficiency, you kind of have to reevaluate yourselves here. And let's talk about the Casino Planet. I can't remember the name. Let's just call it Casino Planet. I am not a I am clearly not against movies having social commentary and hidden messages. Some of the best movies of all time have those, and it's great, and they can do it cleverly a lot of the time. But in this movie, it's not really obvious. I mean, sure, yes, there are clearly people who are in the gray area, were playing off both sides of rebellion and the First Order, as there probably were back when it was the Empire and the Resistance. Wait, am I getting those two flipped around? Ah, who fucking cares? We all know what it is. Point is, it doesn't do it that well. So, it just kind of beats you over the head with a message about certain topic that chances are most of your audience watchers are already going to be with you on the same side. So what's the freaking point? And now, let's talk about some of those surprise twists. The hacker guy betrays them. Not really much of a twist, let's be honest. And we've got this new resistance leader taking over for Carrie Fisher as she's in a coma. She does not tell anyone where they're going, and I just don't understand that. I get it. You gotta knock Poe down a leg or two. But when you tell no one that you're actually going to a fortress base on a planet where they can go and regroup, and you're deliberately keeping information from them that could give them motivation and hope to actually get things done, that's very poor leadership skills and makes no freaking sense. And let's talk about the whole thing with Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher sadly passed away in between The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. That is sad, and we will miss her. Having said that, why couldn't they just let her character die in this movie? I mean, she's in space after her ship is blasted apart. Then she regains consciousness and uses the Force to Mary Poppins herself back onto a ship. Why not let her die? That would have been a huge loss, and then Poe will probably have to step up and actually realize that the way he's been doing things is not the right way and that he has to learn how to actually be a good leader. Why not go that route? I mean, Jesus, guys. And let's see. Is there anything else that I can show anger at? Oh yeah, Rose and rescuing Poe from not Poe, Finn from sacrificing himself by trying to get into the mini Death Star cannon. I mean, seriously, Rose, you endangered what was left of the resistance because you have the hots for Finn. I mean, this is. Come on, Rose. You're part of resistance. You should be kind of used to watching people die. That's a little harsh to say, I admit. But really. And let's talk about the other big twist in the movie, which is Rey's parents are apparently nobodies. On the one hand, I can see where Rian Johnson is coming from this. He wants to show that it doesn't matter where you come from, that anyone can really achieve greatness and make their own legend and legacy. And that is very good to aim for, the kind of message you want to get across. But when The Force Awakens is clearly hinting at a different revelation, it really puts a focus on what the whole flaw is with this whole sequel trilogy. There's no cohesiveness. It's not all together. You can say what you want about the prequel films, but at least George Lucas knew what story he wanted to tell and how he wanted to tell it, and how to connect it to the original trilogy with similar ideas and themes. Each movie of the sequel trilogy was originally meant to be coming from 3 different directors, and now, due to problems with multiple different directors on multiple films, J.J. Abrams is forced to come back for The Rise of Skywalker. And now they're saying that Palpatine coming in The Rise of Skywalker was always the plan from the beginning. Come on, Disney. Come on. Come on. Really? You're really gonna go with that? Whatever. So at the end of the day, there is a lot to like about The Last Jedi. But the flaws that I think about more and more end up infuriating me more and more. So overall, I am glad I saw this movie. And there is a lot of good stuff in it. But when I initially thought that I liked it better than The Force Awakens, I now have to admit that I do kind of like The Force Awakens more than The Last Jedi. Alright, Rise of Skywalker, you better stick whatever landing you're going for. That's all I have to say for right now. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys next time.